This is what the audio sounds like when it's not edited. This is what it sounds like when it's edited. Catch the difference? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to edit your audio to sound more professional using Audacity. Keep in mind, I'm using a cheap $4 microphone like this one. It's the same one I got on my shirt. Come along. When recording, make sure to set your gain at a value that prevents your audio signal from rising beyond -12. This is because in editing, parts of this audio signal will be amplified, and if your recorded audio was already beyond -12, that could lead to further distortion, and we don't want that. I have set my gain to 0.375. Let's now head onto the PC to edit our recorded audio. So the first thing we want to do is get Audacity, and we can do that by going to audacityteam.org. And Audacity is a free open source cross-platform audio software. And as we can see here, they have the Windows version, the Apple, and then the Linux version. So you just go ahead and download the one you need for the machine you have. After that, you have to install it and then open up Audacity. I have already installed it. So when it opens, this is what the interface looks like. It's very simple. The next thing we want to do is import the audio we want to edit. If you've already recorded your audio separately with like a third-party app like Rode Reporter, you can just drag that into this interface here. If not, and you've recorded your audio and video together as one unit like I have here, you have to first convert your video to audio and then import the audio, edit it, and then send it back to the video editing app you usually use. So in my case, I'm going to convert it using a software called Format Factory. So this is it, Format Factory. I'll just go ahead and open it, and this is what the interface looks like. So to get Format Factory, you could just go to Google and search Format Factory. Find it on one of these download sites, download it and install. And the interface should look pretty much like this one. So I'm just going to drag and drop this audio into Format Factory, and it's going to ask me what format do I want to convert the item just dropped to. So I'm just going to scroll down to the audio section and select WAV, so WAV. Make sure this says high quality here, and then you just click OK and click start. Depending on how long your video is, it will take quite a while to finish, but this is completed as you can see. So I'll just click on here and click this small folder icon here to go to the output folder where the converted audio was sent to. So this is the converted audio. It was brought to the same folder as the video. So I'll just close all these windows, drag and drop this audio file now, and you can just see it here. The audio file looks very tiny, like it's not being eaten. Anyway, this is the very same audio we heard at the beginning of this video, and this is where I mentioned that this is what the audio sounds like when it's not edited. I snapped my finger around here and then said this is what the audio sounds like when it's edited. So we are basically going to edit this part of the audio to sound exactly like we heard at the beginning of this video. We'll just go ahead and click this part, press Ctrl-I. That will just split the audio at this point. And so you can see I have one track here and I have the other track here. I'll just double click the word chosen here, name it B, and double click the word chosen here and name it A. So now we have two tracks, A and B. We want to identify any noise that might be in the background and eliminate it. So we'll just select any part of the audio where I wasn't talking, and we do that by left clicking once and then moving the mouse all the way to this point or wherever we desire, and then releasing the mouse. And after that, you press the space bar once to listen to what is there. We realize that the audio app here is jumping between -54 and -48, even though I am not saying anything here, and that shouldn't be the case. You can still see the jumping here. So the next thing we are going to do, while this is still selected by the way, we go up to Effect, and then we scroll down to Noise Reduction, and then we click Get Noise Profile. By clicking Get Noise Profile, what we are doing is we are telling Audacity to go into this space and examine the characteristics of the signal in the selected space here. And then after that, we select this entire audio file by just clicking here, and then we go back to Effects and go down to Noise Reduction, and this time around we are going to click OK. Basically what we've done is, in the first step we told the software to learn the characteristics. In the second step, we are telling the software to apply the characteristics it's learned to this entire audio file by removing any signal or any sound that sounds like what it learned in step 1. We will leave this at 24. I think the default is 12, but we'll leave ours at 24. The sensitivity we will leave at 1. Try as much as possible to leave this at a very small number. The higher this goes, the stronger the effect of the noise reduction, and that could sometimes take away essential parts of the audio you actually want to keep. We'll just leave this at 3 as well. We'll press OK. If we select this same space and press play, you can see this time around there's no jumping around. Effectively, the noise has been removed. So we'll now select the whole signal again and go back to effects, but this time around we are going to use the compressor over here. Basically, what the compressor does is amplifies the more quieter parts of your audio signal. These configurations here are the default configurations, so we just leave it at that. And basically what it is saying is that make sure the audio goes up to around -12, as you can see here, and the minimum should also be -40 if at all. And attack time is basically how soon or how fast the compressor effect takes place on the audio or on the signal you are applying the compressor to. And release time is how long it takes to release the effect from the audio signal. We will just leave this at the values they are at. Click OK, and suddenly you can see how big the audio becomes. If we play this, you realize it's a bit louder now. This is what it sounds like when it's edited. The next thing we are going to do is, while track B is still selected, we'll go up here back to effect, go to graphic EQ. For someone who has just installed Audacity fresh, this is what it should look like. So we'll go to manage, factory presets, and then to treble boost. This is what a treble boost looks like. But we also want to adjust the bass parts of the voice, and that is somewhere 250 to somewhere 40, 50 thereabout. What I usually do is I push 250 up first, and then I push 80 somewhere almost halfway through, and then followed by 63. So this is a smooth curve. We have the bass part adjusted and we have the treble part adjusted. So the next thing we can do is we can save this file by going to save presets. When we click, we can just save it with whichever name we want. We could save it as YouTube, which is YT2, and that is that. So if you are someone who uses the same mic in the same space with the same settings for your videos, you can just save that preset and each time just load that by just going to manage and say user presets and just click whichever one you want, and that is that. So when you click OK here, that has been applied to the wave. Let's listen to what the wave sounds like again. This is what it sounds like when it's edited. Catch the difference? So now you realize the audio is much more heavier and the tweeters is also much more well pronounced. But we also notice that there is this hissing or high pitched sound in the wave file. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to select any part of the wave file where I'm not talking again, and then listen to what is there. And you can see that there is this audio that we do not want. So once again, we'll do what we did for the noise reduction, and we'll go to noise reduction while that part of the audio is still selected, and then click get noise profile, and then we'll come back and click the whole audio and go back to noise reduction and say apply. So it's removed that. If we should listen to the audio again, we shouldn't hear anything. Now, if we listen to this, this is what it sounds like when it's edited. You see, it's a lot more clearer and a lot more clean now. Once again, while track B is selected, we go up here to effects, and then this time around we go to limiter. We click limiter, and basically what we are trying to do using a limiter is you are telling the software add a little bit more juice to this track or subtract a little bit more juice with regards to the limit you set here, -10. We are going to set this as a soft limit. We don't want the effect to be too strong. We'll just go ahead and click OK, and you can see the signal becomes very small suddenly. The last thing we want to do is normalize this audio, and basically normalization is saying make this audio much more uniform, but keep in mind a particular reference point. While track B is still selected, we'll go to effects, go to normalize, and over here we'll tell it to normalize the signal up to -6. So that is that. So you can see the signal is much more clean and much more nicer now. If we go ahead and play, this is what it sounds like when it's edited. Catch the difference? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to edit your audio to sound more professional using Audacity compared to the previous one we had that wasn't edited in any way. This is what the audio sounds like when it's not edited. The whole audio sounds just very flat, but this sounds much more richer. One other thing you should keep in mind if you really want to edit your audio in this particular manner is you have to try as much as possible to record in a very quiet space, else you're going to have to do a lot of work removing noise, and sometimes you can't remove all the noise, so you just have to be stuck with some noise in the end. This is pretty much it. This is how to edit your audio. After that, you can just go up to File, you go to Export, and then you say Export as WAV. So you just click this and then you select where you want to save your file to, and you name your file however you want, and then you just save and this window will pop up. So you just click OK. This is the audio we edited, and at this point you just have to drag this and drop in your video editing software and just continue from there. So that is that. I created this channel as a way of documenting some of the lessons and tips or tricks that I picked up as a beginner in the content creation space. I basically struggled with how to set up my camera, what kind of app to use, what settings to use, which kind of mic to get. As I figure some of those things out, I make videos for them and I put on this channel to help other people that might be struggling with those things to figure that out quicker so that they can keep putting out content. Please subscribe to support a brother and turn on your notification bell so that you can keep getting new posts as they come. Kindly give us a thumbs up if you learned something new in this video. Thank you so much for the support and see you soon. Bye.